Welcome back to a podcast not like the rest, where we deliver nothing but savaged and uncut content.
Where did I go?
From a Loft-style studio in Tampa, brings a show so raw and uncut we mean.
No filter on Savaged, Unfiltered, Savaged.
Savage.
Hey guys, what is up? What is up, guys? Wow, where to start? What a week I've had, guys. Let me get right to that. You know, I'm ready to do the recording here today for Friday, guys, for the Spotify and stuff like that. And guys, I find a bug in my studio, and if you guys are not aware of me, I am very, very OCD. Cleanliness, guys, is at all times high with me, and I think everyone should be at least somewhat clean in this world today, right? You remember your mother, maybe grandmother, wash your hands every 5 minutes, or, make sure you wipe your ass after you're done taking a shit. Well, maybe the senile grandmas would say stuff like that. But no, I found a bug in my studio. Not this studio, because I'm actually in a friend's studio, so he's let me use it because I'm neurotic. I would not carry the show unless this bug is out. Hopefully, it's just one bug and it's not multiple of bugs. In Florida, guys, we have these little bugs called palmetto bugs. They're very similar to a common day roach. And when I looked at it, I'm like, no, there's no fucking roach in this damn studio. I'm clean as hell, guys. And for even seeing a bug like that, I'm in like total shockness, right? So I'm looking at it, and then I get close, and it's just like I thought it was a roach, because when you get close, it scatters off real quick, right? And palmetto bugs do the same thing. I think they're almost in the roach family, but it's not classified as a roach. They're just palmetto bugs. That's what they call them. And they're about the size of a roach, probably about the size of a quarter, maybe. And I'm like, man, I can't have this in here. I'm going to freak out. I'm going to be doing the show, and I'm going to be seeing this thing, climbing and crawling all over my walls and, carpet inside here. And I called up my buddy, and he's like, what's up, man? I said, I got to do the show, but I got these freaking bugs in the damn studio. I can't do this. You know me. Come on over, man. I'll let you use the studio for a little bit. I'm like, all right, great. So here we are now, guys. Now almost 5-6 hours later, because I was prepping early in the morning before helping my daughter with some things earlier this morning, and that's when it happened. And immediately, right on the phone. So I'm glad I have it all put together here, guys. If you're noticing here, my co-host Joe is not with us today. He's doing other projects here aligned with the show. So he will be back next week. Next week, guys, we have some good shows coming up. So before I get into that, guys, I do want to say thank you to a couple of good sponsors here to the show. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to our good friends over there at Progressive. That's right, guys. Better insurance starts with them. Do you know that 4 out of 5 new consumers are now recommending Progressive? And you should too, for your primary of insurance. Scan this QR code today, guys, and find out why they have a high star rating of 4 out of 5. That's not bad. 4.5, a little less than 5 stars. Hey, I'll take it. That's reality of a rating. You see that 5-star rating and you're like, is it really the true rating, or is it just full of shit? Well, 4 out of 5, I'm going to take their word for it, guys. Great insurance. Thank you very much. Hat tip to the spokeswoman there, Flo. And you'll understand why people trust Progressive. I always love those commercials. I really do. So back to the show, guys. We have a really good friend of the show, Anjl Rodee, to the show. She's a professional artist in her in her own right. And if you guys checked out some of her artwork, you're going to find out why. And there's some things I've been kind of looking at her website with these egg boxes. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell is it? I mean, I know what egg boxes are, but to take an egg carton and, make it into art, hey, that's talent right there. I would have never even thought of that. So let's welcome her in. Anjl Rodee, welcome to the show. Oh, you're muted there. It happens all the time. Maybe 1 out of like 5 guests every week, but there we go. Let's see if we get her back in. Oh, she might be muted. Anyway, while she figures out her technology, it's okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about Anjl Rodee as she kind of comes into the play here with everything. Guys, she's been featured on this show countless times. I've had her now. This is like the 3rd appearance. As you can see, guys, she is streaming on her Spotify library, so you can catch the first 1 to 2 episodes of her on there as we got into, her passion of art and some music too. I'd like to get some discussions with music as we kind of went along with that. Touched a little bit on the second part there with her. So other than that, I hear some music or some audio in the background. So maybe she's here for good now.
Am I here?
Yeah, sure. Here. How you doing?
You know what it was? Too much technology. This connector, which is just a USB to a USB, it was unnecessary and
unnecessary.
Messing things up.
Put it on the side for another project if you need it. So, she throws it away. Don't throw it away. I hope you saved the receipt for God's sake. Anyway, so welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I've had you on.
I know. Super excited to be back.
Yeah, tell us what you've been up to.
I'm a theater person now, so that's really cool. I still have my regular gig, but I've been, as you alluded to earlier, I got asked to do a thing for a local community theater, and from there I got asked to do a second one, and then a third, and I've got two more coming up. So when I was a kid, my dream job would have been making the dioramas for the museum, and this is as close as you can get to. Diorama at museum work is theater sets and design. So I am loving it. It's so much fun.
Yeah. What made you choose that route?
Well, I just kind of yes-anded myself into it, right? So I did a comedy thing in a stint in a variety show, and someone who was in that show was involved with local theater, and they said, "Hey, would you want to do this?" And I said yes, having never done it. But I thought, how hard can it be? It's painting, and instead of painting a barn, you're designing and then painting the barn. And it was a great challenge and so much fun, and it went really well. And then somebody who saw the show, costume designer in that show was directing a different show, and she said, "Would you want to do that one?" Yes, I would. So this is where improv rules my life sometimes. If somebody says to me, "Hey, do you want to do this fun and cool thing?" Who says no to that? Not me.
Yeah, I find a lot of people, getting into the improv type of work of content, whether it's art, whether it's, podcasting here. People are kind of fading away from the scripted material. And to me, it doesn't sound natural. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's awesome. I see more people like yourself getting into the improv. Have you always been a fan of improv, or?
No, I wouldn't say that I have always been a fan, and I wasn't really a fan of it until I got in and understood the logistics and chess-like moves of it. Because it's not just making stuff up. It's making stuff up with a little bit of structure. Everything is still made up, but there's structure that helps guarantee a better success rate, because not everything lands, right? But you have a better chance of it landing if there's just a little bit of structure to where your improv is going. But improv in life is just a yes and sort of a mentality. Someone says, "Hey, do you want to do this thing?" Even though it's not anything I've done before. If it sounds like something that's fun and something I think I can be successful at, I'm going to give that thing a go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you have to watch with improv because you have to learn how to say the correct, obviously the correct things. And if you overboard it a little bit, it may sound like it's being challenged a little bit from yourself, or you're being
Right.
challenged to what you're trying to present in that
Right.
matter, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. If you're just going off a suggestion and then you just start having a conversation, that's all well and good. But it doesn't have a satisfying ending point, right? Or the
Mm.
story might not move forward. It's just a bunch of babble going on. Or if you have too many people are goofy in the scene, or too many people are serious, you need a good balance, right? And
Yeah,
so
I call it the
figuring out that sort of
seesaw
thing.
effect. Yeah, you have to have that seesaw effect where it's got to be center
Yes.
balanced.
Seesaws are so important. Who knew? But it's a thing.
Who knew? Always listen to your grandparents back in the day,
Yes.
folks. They were right about some things, even though they were a little out there sometimes, and they bring World War II or the Vietnam War in, which had nothing to do with half the stuff they were telling us. But hey, you learned something from those
You
people.
learned something.
So improv, that's awesome. So you
Yeah.
got that going on. You
Mhm,
got some,
mhm.
I guess, some future projects coming along your way, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, tell
yeah.
us a little bit about that.
Well, it's either set designing or it is backdrop designing, which is the whole thing going on behind the scenes, which can be done either on the computer or painted on set.
Hmm.
And so yeah, it's just a new art muscle for me, and helps keep even my job fresh, right? By going and doing other things and then coming back. So
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, wow. Kudos to you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's great. So the passion of art, so to speak, with you
Hmm.
is now, I guess you could say you're going to the improv route. Right? I mean, that's good. I mean, not a lot of artists, Angie. I mean, are they going that route? I'm not seeing improv. I'm seeing a lot of
I don't think a whole lot of anybody is going the improv route, honestly, whether it's
no.
an artist or another person. I don't know, but let's dive into that a little bit because
Yeah.
you know what I can't do, and it is pretty improv-y, is abstract art. I
Hmm.
can't do that. So when you said to me, "Oh, you're
Yeah,
going the
tell us a
improv
little bit
route
about
in
the
art,"
abstract. I'm not familiar with that. I mean, I to be honest with you, I love all forms of art, but I'm not really familiar with the abstract part of it. Like, what's that?
of visual art, abstract is still storytelling, but it's telling the story of the emotion of a thing, or the
Uh,
thing that isn't a person, place, a thing that you recognize by sight. So
yeah.
you're painting. This is what anger looks like, or this is what an abstract thing is a thought.
Similar to what we have here on the show, right? I mean, you're looking at a person and you're explaining it. Is that more or less what I'm kind of
Now,
getting at? No,
that right there is caricature. That's a caricature of our 16th president, Mr. Abraham Lincoln,
but
and
that's not
that's
abstract at all of
no
visualizing and explaining.
abstract.
Okay.
Is just hang on one second. I'm gonna be back in 1 second here. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries. So obviously, guys, you're hearing the voice and the video imagery of Anjl Rodee,
Is
which is a
abstract
professional artist. So I'd love to get some more insights of what she's referring to because I've heard of this, folks, but I'm not familiar with abstract is.
art. Oh yeah.
And I love all forms of art, but yeah, go ahead, Angie.
Okay. It's this. Can you see me? That
Oh, okay, yeah.
abstract art, right? It's not a coffee cup. It's not a tree. It's
Okay, to me,
pure expression.
okay,
Pure
to me,
expression.
and please don't take offended to this, all right, offensive to this, but to me, it looks psychotic. I mean, it looks like some kind of episode. Somebody's
We could
having a
we
meltdown somewhere in their brain.
we could debate that. Yeah. And
Yeah,
to some people, it looks like magic. I mean, it's different to everybody, and that's kind of the
magic.
awesome thing
Yeah, I see the
about
magic in it.
a
Yeah,
little sparkle, a little I don't know.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I kind of see a snake skin going through here. So to me, it's
Okay, I see
a
this.
blown up snake.
Yeah,
I just made that up. I
and
love this piece so much.
yeah,
I didn't paint this. A
wow.
very good friend of mine did. I can't do this. That's my point. I can
Oh,
draw. I can I can paint a bike like it's nobody's business. Yeah,
wow.
that's a great bike. I can't do
And you
that.
freehanded all that?
Yeah, I did.
Wow. To me,
Yeah.
for me to do something like that, I would be on the sketchboard tracing it out, you know?
And
God.
that would be okay. Yeah, you can actually because there are a lot of studies showing that there is no special skill that an artist has that someone who doesn't know they are an artist
Mm,
has. It's just time spent doing it and a confidence level with the material. That's it.
wow.
That's the difference. And to see it when you if you're looking at a bike, I looked at a picture of a bike while I painted that. I freehanded the drawing, but when I'm looking at the drawing and putting it on the board, I'm not
Yeah.
drawing a bike. I am looking at the lights, the darks, the shapes, and the distance between things. That's what I'm drawing. Not
That's
a handlebar and not the pedals. That's the trick. That's the trick right there.
so so your talent of painting is more or less freehand and freestyle of it, right? Pretty much. I mean, you don't need anything, any templates to
No.
I guess visualize it to make it happen on the canvas, so to speak, right?
It's you know what all that is a special kind of bravery and permission. That is all that talent is. I promise you.
Mm.
If you were looking at a picture of a bike and thinking, I don't think I could draw that. But if you took that same picture of a bike and turned it upside down and then drew it, your brain doesn't recognize it as a bike so much anymore. Now your
No.
brain is looking at the shapes and the
Well,
lights and the darks and the
what I'm
distance.
looking at, like what you just shown on the camera here, I'm seeing the wheel now more
Isn't
than
that
it
crazy?
than when it's upside down, it shows more of the wheel than the actual frame of the bike.
What it shows because your brain doesn't, and a bike maybe isn't the best example because you will see those upside. But like if you're looking at a picture of a human, a face,
Yeah.
if you were going to draw my face, you'd say, okay, Angel, and then you look at your paper and draw two footballs for my eyes and an L for the nose and a line for the mouth, and well, it doesn't look very much like her. Because you know what a face looks like, so you don't really look at it. But if you took that picture of me and turned it upside down, your brain doesn't see it as a face anymore.
Yeah.
Now your brain is truly looking at the distance between things and the lights and the darks and the shapes of things. And that is what helps you draw a thing. Because if I tell you most drawings are made up of backslashes and
Yeah.
parentheses, well, you can do a backslash and a parentheses. Am I correct? You can. The
I hope
putting
I
them together
yeah.
is kind of just math. It's kind of just math.
Sure.
Yeah, and estimating and bravery and giving yourself permission. Because if the whole time you're doing it, you're telling yourself, I suck at this, I suck at this. Well, your brain is never going to give you a different message about that, right? But if you say to me, this drawing is wonky, but you know what? All of my art is going to reflect my personality, and I am humorous and I have a playful personality, then all of my art is going to be playful. And what I'm looking at is a playful rendering of my friend Angel. That's that's giving yourself permission for it
Wow.
to look like whatever it's going to look like. Make
That's
sense?
that doesn't make sense. What also makes sense too is, I've been calling you Angie for like probably like the last 3 appearances on the show. Angel. It's
Yeah.
Angel, not Angie. I don't know why I'm getting Angie for
I will tell you why, because there aren't enough vowels in my name. Let's talk about it. So my name
Sure.
is Halo Wings Angel. And when I turned 14, I didn't think that was an interesting enough spelling. So I changed it to the phonetic ANJL. And
Mm.
just like we're talking about art, your brain wants to put another vowel in there because there
It
aren't enough.
does.
So it
My
makes the
brain likes to
L
put a lot
into
of
an
vowels in a
I.
lot of different things. I'm just throwing that out. Yeah.
We all do. We all do because we depend on vowels so much, and that's fine and awesome. I never correct anyone.
Uh,
I've had people call me April. I just go with it.
April.
I know who they mean.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
I thought
know.
it was pronounced Angie.
Angie.
Like you just spelt it weird. And Joey was even the same thing. Like Joe
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
show, he's
yeah.
like, Michael, I don't think her name is Angie, I think it's Angel. I said, no, it's not Angel because it's not pronounced as Angel. What the hell's wrong with you, Joe? So yeah, hold that thought, Angel, not Angie, guys. So hold that thought, guys. You're hearing the voice of Anjl Rodee. There we go. I got it right for a change, guys. Join me up in August. That's right, guys. We have a big trip coming up in August. That's right, at Podity Live. It's actually the old Harrison's Theater in what my good friend Joe likes to call it, the pits of Pittsburgh. That's right, guys. Tarrytown is a small little suburb on the outskirts of the city from downtown Pittsburgh, which is probably about a good maybe 20, 30 minutes, depending on traffic, is where Podity Live, Harrison's Theater, right on Corbett Street, is located. It's right on the corner, guys. Scan this QR code, and you will get all the information for this live event. Guys, we're going to be up in Tarrytown, Pennsylvania for 2 nights, this August 7th and August 8th, which is a Thursday and a Friday, guys. 2 shows, 8 p.m. starting time. It's available in 2 formats, both live stream and in person. If you want to catch the live stream, you just head over to podity.com and you'll see all the information. Like I said, scan the QR code. Everything you need to know about this event will be located there. Ticket information, all that good stuff. So you'll see myself, my good friend Walt Blau from his show Be Raw Podcast coming to join me from New Jersey, believe it or not. And our good friend Jeff Ravilla, which happens to be the CEO, founder, and owner of the theater / comedy club, because it is a comedy club as well too, guys. So join me, guys, and countless of other personalities that are going to be there. Starting in April, guys, you're going to see a lot more other personalities. So join us, guys. It's going to be fun. Going to be really, really fun. I hope you guys come out there in August to see me live. And if you missed that show, guys, we're going to do a special show for the Spotify feed, including our live stream panels as well, too, if you did catch that, missed that production. So back to the show. Hold on. Anjl, there we go. See, I almost did it again. So what else? What else have you been up to besides doing the improv? Now you're getting into this new form of art that I'm not well aware of, this abstract type of art, which I guess, guys, if you want, I mean, everyone has a bad talent, right? Superman has the kryptonite that he's scared of. I guess Anjl here is scared of abstract, right? I mean, that's your weakness.
It's absolutely true thing. Yeah, I failed a class in college. It was a sculpture class, and we were supposed to make an abstract shape, meaning it didn't look like a thing. It was just pleasing from all views. And I made a clown head, and she flunked me.
Oh, she gave you an F?
Yes. It was an awesome clown, but a bad abstract shape.
So when you mean by clown, was it like a clown like from The Simpsons, like Krusty the Clown, or was it a kind of clown?
It was actually kind of a prototype for Krusty the Clown. It had a big pinhead, and the jaw came down really big, and it had a bozo kind of floppy neck thing. And it was the thing of nightmares. It was like the face was really big here and went up to a tiny dome of his head. It was frightening. I thought it was amazing. And maybe it was, but it wasn't abstract.
Oh God! Oh, you might be onto something. I hope you kept that painting. Did you keep it or did you throw it away?
It wasn't a painting; it was a sculpture, and I had
sculpture.
it
Excuse
sitting
me.
sitting in the kitchen on top of the refrigerator. I don't know why because it was a nice big place to put it. It was kind of a big thing, and it scared many a human.
Well,
so
see,
I let it go.
You should have submitted that to the producers there at The Simpsons. I mean, you would have had royalties. I mean,
shoot,
man,
had I known.
Wow, your life would have been turned around by now. I mean, shit. People like wondering, like, who created that sculpture into
know.
now the cartoon of The Simpsons? Well,
I
I'm
know.
talking to her on the show. I mean, that could have been a
May
different pitch, you know, for
Maybe it's not too late to get residuals. I'm
maybe.
just gonna look into it. The worst I can do is say no, right?
You should, because I
I'm
think The
gonna,
Simpsons need a new approach. I mean, they've been around for 30 some odd
right?
years, you know, like they need new characters. I mean, you could be the one to introduce the new,
Ooh, maybe that's what I do.
sideshow of Krusty the Clown or something.
Maybe that's what I do. Come up with a whole new character.
There you
All
go.
right, I'm on it.
Just tell your old teacher, professor there that hey, you might have gave me an F back then, but hey, big production companies are giving me an A for this
Right?
effort.
How do you feel about that F now, lady?
Yeah, exactly, right? How do you feel about it now, lady? So, wow, okay. So abstract is just not your deal,
It's
right?
just not. I mean, abstract is just supposed to come from a place of beyond words, right? And I don't deal well in that space. Maybe
No.
because I am too chatty. Maybe.
So for instance, I know you have, a website with your work, it's called what? Brush
Brush capades.
Capades. Yeah, I want to make
Yeah.
sure I get it right. So, I mean, through your website, maybe clients coming your way, if there was some type of approach towards abstract, do you try to avoid that conversation, or how do you handle that if they want to proceed to that?
And sometimes they do. And I am
Okay.
happy to lead them through it. I understand the mechanics of it. I just can't do something that is super meaningful for me
Yeah.
personally.
I mean,
So I just,
everybody has like a weakness of their
yeah,
of their industry, right? Their
right.
profession. Like
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things I can't do with certain podcasts, genres of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't avoid it, but there's a lot of times where I will like skip right by it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly
So
that. Yeah. We all have our
you know,
strengths.
so I mean, that's interesting, because the reason why I asked that is because I'm sure, like you said, you do get some talks with clients and people that come your way, and maybe some suggestions or ideas, and
Hmm.
it was kind of interesting of how you would approach to that avenue of that
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. I always will give anything a shot. I get a lot of sometimes interesting requests for a different way to do my job, and I
Mm.
100% always try to figure out a way to do it.
Yeah,
Abstract, I can go through the mechanics. I just can't come
yeah,
up with something that it means what I think it's supposed to mean. And to me, it's a lot like, do you remember those posters back in the day that looked like computer printouts, and you
mm,
had to cross one eye and cover the other one so that, and then a 3D shape would show up. Do you
yeah,
remember those
yeah. I
things?
remember them. Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I was
They
never.
used to do that in I believe kindergarten, where they would. I mean,
And
it was
they were
weird
like
stuff.
popular posters in the malls for a while.
Yeah.
Kids, malls were big indoor shopping arenas, but
Oh
there
yeah.
there were kiosks that sold those things even, and I was never able to do that. I couldn't make my brain work that way.
I guess
So
not. Now,
yeah,
I want to kind of switch gears here and talk about
yeah.
this egg carton or
Let's talk
egg
about those.
boxes. You call them egg boxes, but they're more or less from egg cartons, right? Is that where you're
Yep,
getting the
both
idea from?
both egg boxes and also cereal boxes are make up
Cereal
those things.
boxes.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Tell us. Let's start off with. I wasn't aware of the cereal boxes. Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
make
yeah.
anything into anything now.
I know,
You
I
can make
know.
junk into art, guys. This is wonderful. So let's talk about the egg boxes first.
Yep.
How'd you come up with this idea? Um,
Uh,
because let me stop you right there. Because when I
yeah,
see this, I see an old craft idea from, like I just mentioned, kindergarten.
yeah.
Is it
Not
something that
far.
you might have done in kindergarten years and years and years ago as a
I'm
young
sure I did.
angel?
Yeah, not, not to this extent, obviously, but I'm sure I did. This started as I the ask was for these laughing hyena masks.
Okay.
How to make them and look a little bit like the Disney characters from the Lion King musical and or show. And I knew what I wanted the end to look like, and I wasn't quite sure how to get there. And I thought paper mache is going to be the way to go, and that we did all the when we were kids, right, with the
Uh,
newspaper and glue and water and slap all that together.
yeah.
But I needed a form to put the paper mache on, And so the mask itself is cereal boxes is cardboard that is fairly sturdy, but also very pliable. You can bend it really well and cut it really well. So I
Huh.
cut those into tiny little shapes and masking taped them all together to get the general shape I wanted. And then I took tin foil and rolled it up to make the bags under the eyes. I'm looking at the picture
Yeah, I was gonna
there
say,
while we're
what'd
talking
you
about.
use for the eyeballs? I
The
mean,
eyeballs
yeah.
are either styrofoam balls or the bottom of an egg carton egg cup. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And they look more complicated than they are because the rest is all paint. The nose looks like it's a complicated thing. I just painted it to look
Yeah,
like
I
a
gotta put that
shiny.
up for a minute. You said the nose. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I
The
mean,
nose looks realistic. I
I
mean,
know it's all paint.
the eyeballs look like he's like, high,
Yeah,
on some hallucinants
on
or
something.
something, yeah.
Yeah, some
Great.
of those are egg, the bottom of an egg carton, and some of those are just styrofoam balls from the craft store.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm sure it drives a lot of attention to, parents, right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
and
where
there's
you're going with it, right? Yeah,
yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
yeah, and I think that's why I keep getting asked to do more shows because they turn out pretty great.
Oh,
Quite
you
proud
bring
of
them
them,
to your
if I
shows. That's
Oh, those
cool.
are in the shows. Those are in those
Oh,
theater shows
wow.
I told you about.
Yeah.
One of the shows I did was The Lion King, and so I made digital backdrops, paintings
Oh,
that I
wow.
put in Photoshop so you could blow them up to cover the back of an entire theater, and then
Oh
I
my
had to
god.
make set pieces.
Oh,
And
you actually made them bigger than they actually are pictured in that graphic?
no, those in the graphic are pretty much a face shaped thing, but
Okay.
I made backdrops for the back of The Lion King that
Oh,
look
because I
like
mean, I'm thinking
Africa,
about these
and
like these
oh
wolves that are like,
no,
15 feet long, and I'm like,
that'd be
"Man,
amazing.
when the
No,
hell she's
yeah,
doing
no,
this in her backyard?" Jeez.
right. I'm gonna need a bigger boat.
Gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, yeah. So, that's awesome. Like, you're very creative in that nature. I mean,
Yeah,
wow, okay.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Again, improv. Yes, and I'll somebody asks me to do a thing, I say yes, and then I figure out how to do it.
that's
And basically,
awesome.
that's just I know what I want the end to look like. So how do I get to that
Yeah,
point?
that's
Yeah,
awesome. Wow,
yeah,
and then you mentioned cereal boxes. Tell
yeah.
us about that. What's the cereal box thing?
Well, that's the main form for those masks and other
Yeah.
ones that I did
I'm
were
thinking like
just
puppets or something. Are they puppets
oh
or
no, they're
God, I'm throwing you
masks that
ideas
actually
already.
sit
Jeez.
on top of the head like this, so they're kind of stapled onto a cap of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you just use like ordinary cereal
cereal
boxes?
boxes.
Like
Yeah,
which
which I
works the
I don't really
best?
eat, so I got to get all my cousins to save their cereal
Oh,
boxes. So
well,
I've
I
got
was
a
gonna
good
ask
supply
you.
now.
Yeah, I
I
was
have a
gonna ask
s-
you which one works the best?
They're all pretty much the same
Okay.
cardboard. Yeah, yeah, they're
Like
all the same.
General Mills has the best boxes or
General
Kellogg's or
General
something.
Mills is a great substrate. No, they're all the same. They're all
Yeah.
the same.
I thought you had like a certain, niche geek of boxes that you like to stick with. Like, is it the
Yeah, no.
Kellogg's boxes that hold good, or is it the, shit?
Yeah, no, it's all pretty much the same.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, wow. I mean, guys, look at all this stuff. I'm looking at it. I got to put it up there again. Yeah, these are really, really
I
unique.
know,
I
right?
mean, talk about like maybe an after school project for you moms and dads out there. I mean, you can, contact Angel here on how to, put them together, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
I'll teach you how to do it.
it's easy. How long does it take to put these things together?
The first one takes a minute because it's a little bit of trial and error. But once the first one is made, the others, I think I start to finish, I got all four done in 2 nights, I would say.
Wow.
But the
Two
the painting
nights.
goes pretty quick for me. Yeah,
Okay.
it
So,
was
so that
mostly trial and error with the first one, trying to figure out how I wanted the cheeks to blow out just a little bit, and I wanted the nose to stand out just a little bit. The mouth I wanted to be flexible so it could they're attached at the
huh.
jaw because you get a whole different expression on the animal based on where straightforward, this way means he looks more angry, off to the side this way he looks super goofy and like he's had a little too much Moscato. I don't know what hyenas drink. I
It
don't know.
looks like he's on something, man. His
I
eyeballs
don't
are like
wanna
one's this way, one's the other way. He's like, yeah, it's like that old cartoon where Roadrunner is like, about to run off the cliff because he's seen Wild Coyote like trying to kill him. But that's that. I mean, God, I wish I wish I had these ideas like when my kids were younger. I mean, my kids are grown now, but I mean, parents, I mean, you're looking for something to do with your kids. I mean, it looks like a great little craft idea. Yeah, give Anjl a call. You see her? Give her a call. Yeah, shit. Now the paint. What kind of paint is that? What type of paint are you using?
It's just acrylic
Acrylic.
paint. Yeah. Yeah.
So stuff you would normally like use on canvases and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it bonds good right on the
Yeah,
egg
it's
box.
acrylic paint is
Wow.
plastic based, and as long as it's not a super glossy thing you're trying to paint, if you are painting a glossy thing, you're going to want to tack up the surface with something to make it not glossy, because acrylic
Mm,
paint works just like vinyl window clings. When it
okay.
dries, you can peel it right off of whatever it's on. If it's just on, say, oh, I don't know, your computer screen, that happens to me on the daily, or on a, on a table or on a window. If paint gets on there, you can just peel it off when it dries, because plastic doesn't adhere to a very glossy surface.
Huh.
So you want to either prime it or rough it up with sandpaper or something. But if cardboard is a great material for paint to stick to.
God, egg boxes. Who knew, folks? Right? I
Who
mean, shit.
knew?
God. What are you thinking about doing next? Like egg boxes? You mentioned cereal boxes, paper plates. That could be a necessity. Get the whole kitchen out for this thing.
Right?
You know,
Right?
you can
That's
make a whole little show about it. Yeah, your
you
next
don't look
live
good.
event or something. You know,
You don't look good.
God. Get yourself some puppets. Mesh with it. Make a story of it. That's what's missing in America. Like hidden craft ideas like this. To bring back
Super agree with
family
that.
time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could not agree more with that. I feel like that's kind of going away the more we are attached to our devices and stuff, and the less we are hands-on in writing and storytelling. And that is what we are as a creature. How
Mm.
old is cave art? 45,000 years old. We've been drawing pictures of buffalo before we've been talking to each other. And proof of agriculture is less than 5,000 years old. So we've been expressing
Is it
ourselves
really?
longer. It was more important for us to express ourselves than to eat on the regular. Yeah, less than
Boy,
5,000 years old.
I
And
was
we've
I, wa-
only
I was
been
thinking maybe it was like a longer time period than 5. Wow. Okay.
storytelling and expressing ourselves. That is what we do that no other creature does. And it's the most important thing we do. So whether you're doing it with your kids as a craft, or just journaling,
Huh.
or just doodling while you are watching the TV, it
Uh,
really brings you back to the core essence of who and what we are. Super, super important.
that's great. Really, really good stuff, guys. Wow. I mean, you talk about fundamentals in America. I mean, look at these ideas that Angel's bringing out here on the show. Who knew, right? Egg boxes, cartons, right? Cereal boxes. I mean, stuff you could be doing with your kids, maybe after school. Young ones, not obviously. I mean, obviously young ones, right? Brighten up their minds, right, with imagination. And Anjl here is the marquee to kind of get you in the right direction. Guys, give her a call. I mean, this is awesome stuff. Now, guys, before we continue with the show, I do want to make some announcements, guys. We are going to be having some featured guests on the show here. That's right. We have a woman coming on, which is also the host of Strictly Stalking podcast. She will be coming on our live stream here on X. It's only exclusive on X, with side channels of Rumble, Twitch, and we do some little snippets on Facebook. But the main channels, guys, is X and Rumble and Twitch. So check us out for that show, May 6th at 2 p.m. Jamie Beebe, another one with a name, guys. These names, get your names together so I can pronounce them correctly. I thought her name was Jamie, but she told me in the email it's Jamie. So Jamie Beebe coming on the show May 6th, guys, with us. Can't wait to hear what that conversation's about. Strictly stalking. I hope it's not the stalking that I think it is. I hope I don't have to have some phone numbers on standby with this woman because I had some real quacks on this show before, guys, and it looks like it's going to be an interesting show. Also have another great guest coming on, Roberto Capodici. I think that's how you pronounce his name. We're just going to go with it. So Roberto, he actually happens to be a blockchain tech expert. So not only do I have a co-host that's an IT tech, I have a guest that's an IT tech as well coming on the show with Roberto. Now, he will be on our audio platforms, whether you listen to Spotify or iHeart or Apple Music. It's all located there, guys. He will be coming on with us next week, this upcoming Tuesday. So you want to check out that show as well with that, guys. Other than that, I want to bring Angie. See, I'm going to get it right sooner or later. Anjl. I am. I'm going to get it right.
Fine.
It's stuck with me. See what I did? I've been calling you Angie for the course of like 3 appearances now. So Anjl. There we go. Sorry.
I have a friend who is a stand-up comic, and he tells this great joke about how he had a temp job, and when he was leaving after a couple of years, they made a cake for him and said, "Good luck in future endeavors, Todd." And they're like, "Speech," and he says, "Actually, my name is Tom." And they were like, "Why didn't you correct us?" And he said, "I didn't think I'd know you this long."
Wow. That's kind of harsh if you ask me, right? I mean,
I don't know. So I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard. Probably because so many people get my name wrong, and I don't correct anybody because I'm good. If you want to call me Steve, I'm good. I'm not
going to. You don't look like a Steve. You don't have hair on your face like me. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you shave it or something every night. Who knows? God. See, you're laughing about it. Other people, that's very, very offensive, Savage. No wonder you call yourself Savage. You're a jerk.
Yeah, I'm Slavic. I'm good with my mustache. I'm good with it.
I'm telling you. So I mean, wow. Okay. So you got this thing here on the website, which, guys, I want to direct your attention. If you go onto her website, there's a part of the website where I think it's in the beginning of it, right, Anjl, where it's you basically have this stated here, which I was nice enough to put this graphic together.
This is
My
very
teaching style is the combination of Bob Ross. I'm not even
Leo Buscaglia.
Yeah, and Dory.
Yep.
Okay, so explain to us. I get the Bob Ross.
Yep. He's the obvious one.
Yeah, I get the Leo a little bit, but the Dory, where's the Dory come into play?
Almost every event I teach, someone in the middle says, "Has anyone ever told you that you sound like," and I know it's coming because they say it all the time, "Ellen." And I'm like, I might sound like
Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah. I don't know if it's that I sound like her so much as I have Dory the Fish energy. So I think that's where that comes from. Leo Buscaglia taught a class back in the 70s called Love 101 at USC. And he went around the country after that for years, giving speeches on how important self-love and love, just plain old love for our fellow creatures is. And I feel like that's a big message that goes along with my classes as well.
Wow. Okay. You do sound like Ellen a little bit. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah,
Christ.
it's a thing.
Now you mentioned it. God, but get yourself a mask and do some comedy shows or something, for God's sakes. You know? Maybe
I can get a gig as a Dory tribute show. I'm going to look into that.
There you go. Wow. Yeah. Go ahead. Look into it. You might be onto something. You know, you never know. But wow. I mean, okay. So it's a mixture of blends of teaching there. So talk about Bob Ross. Everybody knows who Bob Ross is, the famous painter.
Yeah, it's kind of
is that your mentor a little bit, or?
Well, everybody loves Bob Ross so much, but what they say about Bob Ross is that they put him on as they're taking a nap because his voice is so soothing, but he's an art teacher and just the I Ching of art teachers. Am I right? Everybody knows who Bob Ross is. So he's the obvious one. The reason I threw Leo in there is because I like to say that today people could use the hug more than a nap.
Yeah. Well, especially in today's times. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
like everybody's so damn offended by everything.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Now,
Offended
let's talk.
and
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just gonna say offended and self-critical as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the offensive parts here, before we kind of close it off with you, um, do you find that challenging in your industry with people being offended by certain things? If you paint, what I mean, if you paint certain things, like obviously there's a threshold
Yeah.
in what
I'm
you
painting
do.
palm trees. Nobody is offended by what I do, honestly. So no, not so much. The place where offensiveness comes into play is when you post things
Okay.
on the socials and people are free in their anonymity to say things that don't need to be said.
What will
So
they
you
say? Like,
just
like certain things that you put, like
um
regarding your, I mean, your industry, what you're in, and art. I mean, you're a professional artist. People
just
are gonna kind of come at you like that. I mean, that's
yeah,
crazy.
it happens. It happens. And it obviously says more about them than about me. And I don't mean that in a it sticks glue sticks, that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
mean they're obviously feeling anger in their own life or something self directed that they need to lash out in places where it's just not necessary. And that's what I mean. It says more about the
Yeah,
place they're
people
at.
will see that, in my opinion. Some people will refer it as anger art.
Mm.
Have you ever heard of that expression before? Anger
Anger
art?
art.
Yeah, people will
I've
actually.
seen
I
it.
mean, I've spoken to artists on this show that actually are anger artists,
Yeah.
and like that image that you
Well,
showed
that's
me
part of I was
before.
gonna say, that's part of that abstract that we talked about.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
image that you showed in the beginning of the show, like to me, that would be explained as anger art. Like it would look like somebody's having a meltdown, and that's how they express themselves and get over that phase of their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
And
yeah.
yeah. And maybe it works. I'm
Do you dabble
not
in that at
capable.
all or no?
I dabbled with my friend who does this art on the regular. I tried, but I'm just not able to make that connection. And I don't know if it's because I came into my professional being as a commercial artist.
Mm.
So I'm either painting something somebody has asked for or I'm making an ad that somebody has asked for. And so my art is always very representational. But that's
Mm.
what speaks to me. And that's okay. I mean, the one of my favorite sayings by Winston Churchill is, "If two people are exactly alike, one of you is unnecessary." So it's okay that we're all different, and it is necessary that we are all different, right? And
Yeah,
that's how we find our tribe, and that's how we find what speaks to us and what doesn't. Because if everything speaks to you, I don't know, that's kind of useless. I think it's good that there are some things that some people like my art and some don't, and that's fine and awesome. That's how you find your tribe, and that's okay.
that's how you find your passion in life. Anything you do in this world, this
Yeah.
crazy rock we call Earth. Or I mean, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Whatever you do, and mine, I just live in the happy puppy mentality world. I just live there, and that's fine. And even that annoys some people, and that's totally fine. Like I said,
yeah.
it says more about um, the person looking. It's an issue that they have more than what I'm doing is offensive because my thing is neither offensive nor non-offensive. It's just my thing.
Absolutely. Now you have, guys. I have to throw this out there because it's part of Angel here. You have an interest in somewhat of a love for music.
I
Is
do.
is it still there? Or
It is still
is the
there.
it is?
I don't. Well, I used to perform at that lower picture there. It's me with the bass. I used to do some minor touring, and I used to play on the regular. I don't do that so much anymore as I have other things. But my stand-up routine does have a lot of ukulele, and because I write parodies about my life, getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The picture on the bottom, it looks like a picture from the '80s or something. Maybe
Oh,
just poor
90s. It's
old
probably 90s,
'90s.
early
Yeah,
early
the you
aughts.
can see the timeline of the pictures, guys.
You
Where it's,
can.
yeah, it's pretty wild there. So yeah,
You
that's
can.
awesome. So tell us a little bit about that before we kind of close it off with you. I mean, do you still dabble with that, or you said
I
you're
don't
kind of leaning towards the art more because that's more of who you are now.
Yeah, that's just kind of, I'm old now, and that's, but I am I am doing a couple of musical things right now because people have asked me to. So
Oh,
I am gonna sit in with a friend's band next month for
oh, get the hell out of here! Really?
yeah, Triumph Motorcycles has this thing called the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. It's really big in Europe. It's kind of big here, and it's
Wow.
guys with motorcycles. They dress very dapper, and they ride
Dapper.
across country, yeah, like in suits and stuff. And they put a little mustache on the headlight, and it's to raise awareness for men's mental health and uh, prostate cancer research. And so there's a big event that's near me, and I'm gonna sit in with a band that is,
That's awesome.
you think that's gonna be kinda awesome,
The,
yeah.
the dapper fives of you, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, people ask me about music, guys. I can't sing for God knows anything in this world. I mean, if you heard me singing, I'd probably crack your mirrors or something in the bathroom. I mean, I'm terrible. Joe's heard me on the show countless of times. He's like, Michael, please don't sing. I was
Do
like,
you do you agree, though, that there's a place and a time for everything, including bad singing? And I'll give you an example of where that
no,
is,
an app can't
karaoke
even
bars.
fix it, Angel.
When I'm in a karaoke bar, the people I am cheering loudest for are the people that can't sing, but they're just up there giving it their all. People who can sing, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, you're good, whatever. But the people who are up there just selling it, and that's all they've got. They're
That's my
selling it.
problem. I
Ah, I
can't sell
love
it.
those
I
people.
wouldn't know how to sell it. My selling would be bad. Like, you see, like, these professional wrestlers on TV, right? They're selling the move, right? Of what
Yes.
Angel's talking about, right? Selling stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to sell my fake horrible singing. Like, I wouldn't even know how to lip sing. They would, like, if they tried to like have like some kind of like artist do the actual vocals for me and then me just I wouldn't even know how to lip sing.
Maybe alcohol is partly involved in the helping people to sell. Maybe.
Wow, those years are behind me. You probably caught the last episode I just did with Joe. I had a whole early life of me with partying and everything. I told him I actually made the Jersey Shore famous before the actual show because some of the owners of those clubs that are still there, Club T, Club Karma, they know me by my first and last name. So, yeah. But I mean, that's awesome. It really is. Guys, before we close it off, I do want to give a special hat tip to a couple sponsors that make this show possible. At MeUndies, guys are about one thing, making the best basics in town so you can feel like a man, or ladies, you can feel like a woman, guys. They don't give you the jock itch. They don't give you the irritation lines. I'm actually wearing some. Even though it's unfiltered, I'm not going to show you because it's one of those shows. But my MeUndies, guys, they're comfortable. I've had these things on for probably about, maybe I had to look down there for a minute, for probably about like 7 or 8 hours already. Okay, and I do not have an irritation line. Right, I don't have any lines from the fabric. None of that, guys. They stand by their promise. Scan the QR code and understand why at MeUndies.com. Also would like to say thank you to another great sponsor that's actually partnered with the show, Monkey Colt Coffee Company. That's right, guys. A boozy coffee is just better. And what I mean by boozy coffee, guys, is this company, which I actually had the CEO on there, Matt Zients. If you go back to the old Savage Unfiltered library, he was part of this episode last year on season 5, explained to me that he had a vision of infusing liquor into coffee. And I was like, holy shit. So as we're discussing this towards the end, he said, I'd like to partner with your show and everything. I'm like, that'd be great. I'm always willing to take an exclusive partner. And he explained the concept to me. And I was like, you know what, Matt, I need to have a sample of this thing. Send it to me. And I want to sample this to see if it's just like regular, unordinary coffee. And it's not, guys. My God, 1 cup, Angel. And I was like, holy shit. My day was like infused with booziness of flavor. Guys, you're going to love this coffee. head on over, guys, scan the QR code or go over to Monkey Colt Coffee Company, right? Just Google it there and you'll see the website, right? And use the code SAVAGED. And you're going to get an exclusive deal from us to you for just trying them out today. Monkey Colt Coffee Company, guys, is backed by their 100% freshness of guarantee. And for all the people out there that are not used to liquor, I do not recommend taking more than 1 cup because you will be on your effing ass. So anyway, back to the show. So, good stuff, really good stuff with you. I mean, I wish you the best. You have a saying, right? If what was it? If Bob Ross and Diana Ross had a baby, that would be you.
Exactly.
Or something?
Bob and
Is that
Diana
what you
Ross.
say? Yeah.
No. If Bob Ross and Leo Buscaglia and Dory the fish had a baby, it would be me.
Oh, I got that backwards. I thought it was Diana Ross or something. I wasn't.
I don't mind throwing Diana's genes in there. That'd be
the reason
amazing.
why I said Diana is because I can't picture 2 dudes and then Dory at the end.
Okay.
And it kind of sounds a
yeah,
little
it's
weird.
a weird visual. You're right. It's a weird visual. I didn't think about that.
Bad example, Anjl. Jeez. Anyway, guys. Anjl, I do. Now that I have your name correct after 3 appearances of the show, I wish you the best. I really do.
Thank you.
What's next for you besides this now newly freshed improv of what you mentioned here, and your other projects coming up? Anything going on, or?
I'll tell you what's kind of exciting. I'm working on putting together a project where I travel to different places with a mini art studio. And what I mean by a mini studio, it's like a little wooden pallet skid kind of thing.
Oh, no
that
shit.
I put, a little thing. I put an easel on it and I set it down in random places in America and ask people to come up and paint with me while we talk about creativity, what it means to them. Do they think they're creative? Those sort of things. And when we're done, I give them the painting to keep, and just seeing if I can make a little show of that.
Now these random places that you mentioned, are you advertising these, or are you just showing up?
Going with a couple of camera people, and just setting up in a village green in a small town or on a street corner in a big town, random places.
Wow.
Yeah.
All over America, or just in your neck of the woods?
My neck, and then just start radiating out and seeing where I end up. I have places that I am traveling to this year already, from Hawaii to Rhode Island, and I'm in the middle. I'm in Wisconsin to Seattle. So I'll be hitting all of these places because I'm going to be there for other things. And then if that goes well, then I'd like to just, slowly do, I don't know, Route 66, see where that takes me, or just, slowly head south, see where that takes me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. Definitely keep me posted. I'd like to explain this to my listeners. I mean, that's kind of interesting that you mentioned that, just showing up and having people, kind of interact with you, finding out who you are, and, and having that great conversation. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Ideas.
Yeah. People don't consider themselves artists, even though they are. We make things out of nothing. And sometimes it's gardening and sometimes it's cooking. But art is a really great place to practice that self-kindness, that place to give yourself that better message. This is, this doesn't suck. It's playful because my personality is playful, that sort of thing. And to give yourself permission that art is more a journey. It's like yoga. You're way better on day 800 than you are on day 1. Some people, don't want to do art because they're like, oh, I'm bad at it. Well, yeah, because you don't do it. And it's not about being good.
I'm terrible.
It is meditating with a parting gift. That's what it is. That's what art is supposed to be.
I'll admit, I'm terrible at art, Anjl. I again, another talent that I would never even envision of doing, besides my horrible singing.
And most people don't.
I can't even karaoke. That's how terrible I am with music. Can you imagine me with a paintbrush?
You're so entertaining at karaoke, though. Don't you think you would be entertaining?
When I'm drunk, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
God, I was thinking of some Rod Stewart, Billy Joel, man. Get me on that, Piano Man type vibe. I'm all there, but
vulnerability is where we connected the most, right?
Oh
so when
God.
people are up there just struggling, that's when people want to give you a hug and want to just high five you because you're up there giving it your best. And yeah, you're not the best singer. People who are up there who already know how to sing, I just want to polite clap. Yeah, okay, we know you're good. You're good. You're very good.
But you're lying to them. They're not good.
No,
They're horrible.
I mean, people who are good. People who aren't good. Those are the people I'm just being like, 4 more songs. And not because I want to hear it.
No more 4 songs
but
for me.
We're watching them grow. We're watching them not be perfect and do a thing, because our not being perfect is where people relate to us.
You don't want to see me with a canvas and a paintbrush. My God. God.
I think I'm taking this as a challenge. And
it is a challenge. I'm glad that they never hired me as an artist with the police department, because if they asked me, can you paint or draw the victim or the suspect, I'd be like drawing a stick figure.
I
had
to do that in high school once. I've had a weird life. I had to do that in high school once, but I'm taking that as a personal challenge. I think we just need to have a couple sessions. I'm going to teach you how to do a thing, and you're gonna be like, holy crap, I didn't know I could do that. What else can I do? See? That's what it's about.
See? Well, Anjl, I'd like to thank you for coming on today. Great having you on. And guys, if you'd like to know any more information about Anjl here, Rodee, you can check her out on her website, brushcapades.com. Is there any other websites that you'd like to plug today before we kind of...
yeah, sure. Anjl, LuckyDimeDesign.com has my graphic and my personal paintings that I sell. And also angelrodee.com for speaking engagements.
Okay. And you can find her all over the
I'm
place. Instagram, X, couple other platforms as well, too. But other than that, guys, thanks very much. I'm Savaged. And till next time, guys, take it easy. Be safe out there.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.